Hi everyone, Kaylee Shadows here from KayleeShadows.com. I wanted to talk to you today about friendship and just do a quick little video on top 5 ways to keep your friendship fun. Friends are great, and unfortunately as we get older sometimes we kind of lose touch of that, and we're not having slumber parties anymore or all night keggers or anything like that, and we kind of lose some of that really fun stuff that we used to do with our friends. And the occasional lunch out or movie together is great, but you miss that stuff that you had when you were younger. I remember my best friend and I talked about forever how when we grew up and we weren't living at our parents, we were going to spend the night at each other's house all the time, like once a week, and we would just go out and do all of this stuff, and that never ever happens. As much as I would probably still love it, it doesn't happen. Unfortunately, even with my best friend now, I mean, we talk daily, but we don't see each other that often. And that's just kind of what happens as you grow up and you have responsibilities and jobs and life. So my friend and I decided we were going to come up with some really good ways to make sure that we stayed close but also had a lot of fun doing it. So here's some top 5 ways to do that. So our first one is definitely staying in touch with each other. You don't have to talk daily. You know what type of friendship you have and each friend that you have. I have my dearest and longest friend that I've had forever, that I've been friends with since I was 5 years old, and she's still the greatest, and we live like a couple hundred miles apart from each other, so we see each other a couple times a year if we're lucky, and every time we do, it's like we haven't missed a day from being with each other, and it's so great. I love that. And we don't have to talk daily or weekly or even monthly sometimes, and we still know how much we mean to each other, and every time we see each other, it's just like nothing's ever changed, and that is a friendship that I just cherish dearly. As for my best friend, now still, I talk to her daily. It's very rare that I can go a day without talking to her, because just it makes my day better being able to talk to her. She's funny, she makes me laugh, she always makes me feel good about myself, and I would try to make her feel good about herself, so you can't beat that. Being positive is great. So stay in touch with each other. When you're doing things and you think, oh, I'm busy at work or whatever stuff on your lunch break, send them a quick text and be like, hey, you know what, I miss you, I was thinking about you. I know if you're a guy, you're probably thinking, I'm not going to text my buddy and tell him I miss him. He'll think I'm gay. Maybe you are. Anyway, whatever, just send him a text being like, hey, what's up, we should get together, and do that. And stay in touch, talk to each other, grab a drink after work, whatever you need to do. Just don't lose that. Don't stop talking to each other, because then you'll lose that friendship altogether. So step 2 on how to stay fun and close is to let them know how much that they mean to you. And some of you might think, I'm not going to get all gooey about this, and you don't have to. It's not hard to simply be like, I don't know where I would be in life if you weren't my friend, and I cherish and appreciate how much you mean to me. And you can say that however you want to word it yourself, but it's important to let them know how much they do mean to you, because life is short, and you never want to have something happen to you or them and have that other person wondering, why didn't I do this, or how did they feel, or any of that. Let them know what you're thinking. It's good. Step 3 is make plans with them, but make sure you stick to that plan. If you guys make plans to go out Friday night and get a drink, get that drink. Go to a movie, whatever, just stick to it. It doesn't matter if you guys decide just to go to the other person's house and have dinner or watch TV or do whatever, just stick to the plans that you make. Make sure that you are making that kind of an arrangement, knowing I'm going to do this. Don't cancel at the last minute. Don't cancel even a couple days ahead of time, just because nobody wants that. They're looking forward to you being there. So if you're going to make a plan and actually have that, stick to that plan. It's very important in a friendship. Step 4 is a challenge to do something really fun. If you're like my bestie and I, and we can't see each other daily, it's sometimes fun to still do something. And social media has really made it these days where we can do something fun with each other without being with each other. So gosh, last year we challenged each other to so many different things, and it was great because they were fun and kind of like an inside joke, because the rest of our friends were like, what is this, and didn't have any idea. We started out the year of challenging each other that every day that we had to send each other, like through instant message or a text message, a compliment about the other person. And it was great. I'd wake up and I'd have instant message saying, you're fabulous and beautiful. And I was like, yay, it's a perfect way to wake up in the morning. And when you're having those days that you're feeling not so great about yourself, having somebody else tell you how great you are just makes it all that better. So we started with that, and then we thought it would be really funny to start making up really funny random words. And we would tell the other person, okay, so this is your word today, and you have to use it in a sentence on Facebook and post it so everybody else can see it. And that is exactly what we did. So we started really interesting looking up a bunch of words that were real words, but not common words that most people had heard of. And it was hilarious because we would look it up and some of these words just meant some really obscene things, and we would post about it, and some people would read it and they would catch on right away and be like, what does that mean? And other people would just kind of go along with it and be like, oh, okay, well, sure then, why not? But we got it, and it was hilarious to see some of the stuff that we came up with. Eventually it got even worse. We would not only add a word, but we'd add extra stuff. So it would be like, your word today is gnarly, and you have to use it with a monkey and the letter 7. And then she would have to come up with a way to use that all in one sentence, and by the end of it I was like laughing so hard I was crying. It was great, and it was just something really fun for each of us to do with each other and stay connected, but having a ton of fun as well. And that's kind of what we're talking about. So number 5 is a great way to stay in touch with your buddy is to send them a gift. And I'm not talking, you know, go out and spend $100 and, you know, send them anything and stuff. Just send them anything. Even if it's something free, it doesn't have to be anything. You can send them, you know, send them an email that has this nice little, you know, cute little bear with a heart and being like, you're my best friend, I love you, you know, something like that. Or it could be something little and stuff, you know, if you know that your friend is having a baby, send her a gift, you know, she needs it. And maybe not for the baby, maybe for her and stuff. Moms to be need that fun stuff. So, you know, send them something, you know, if it's movie tickets, it could be anything. You can order anything online, have it shipped anywhere, and it doesn't have to cost that much. So that's a really great thing. I also think that a great gift would be buying my book and sending it to your friends. So those are the 5 top ways to stay close and fun in your friendships. So check me out, KayleeShadows.com, and have a great day, everybody.